here on the eCom Hackers, what we do is we hack the top converting e-commerce stores on the planet, talking about the most elite sellers crushing it right now. And on this show, we want to really dive into the deepest, most profitable secrets in the e-commerce world. I want you to be able to cash in on their techniques so you can work smart instead of hard and really fast track your success. What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 2 of the eCom Hackers web show. How you feeling today, Ralph?
Doing pretty good, man, and I'm pretty excited to go ahead and share some more information about how to hack, in general. So good to be back.
Yeah, I'm super excited. Again, my name is Mike, and here on the eCom Hackers, what we do is we hack the top converting e-commerce stores on the planet, talking about the most elite sellers crushing it right now. And on this show, we want to really dive into the deepest, most profitable secrets in the e-commerce world. I want you to be able to cash in on their techniques so you can work smart instead of hard and really fast track your success.
Right. And so we're going into eCom hacking, right? So go ahead and tell them, what is eCom hacking?
All right. So eCom hacking is how to fast track your store success by ethically spying on your most profitable competition. That way you can test their best practices for yourself. It's about, not reinventing the wheel, not trying to be ultra creative, ultra unique, before you're even in the ball game, right? What we're talking about today is getting yourself tapping into the lane of what's working right now, right? How are people making money? How can you leverage some of those same things so that way you can kind of fast track that really, frustrating growth aspect of things?
Yeah, man. And ecom hacking is working smart and not hard, right? We want to look at our actual competition and see what they're doing, see what's working so that we can implement it and apply it to our own stores. This is one of the quickest and easiest ways to profitably grow your business, and it allows you to pretty much reverse engineer what your competition is doing without really starting from scratch. So you're able to take the testing and the messaging of a competitor that's kind of already working and apply it to your store right away.
Yep. Again, it allows you to cut down on risk, right? The best example I can give with e-com hacking is like the fast food, right? Think about fast food, folks. Who came up with the dollar menu first? Doesn't really matter, right? Because everybody has a dollar menu now, right? Why? Because it's a marketing angle that works. So if you're going to start a new fast food chain, are you going to have some sort of a dollar menu or value meal? Yeah, of course you are, because that's what your customers expect, right? And that's what e-com hacking is all about: finding out what customers are already spending their money on, what their expectations are, and just delivering it to them.
That's pretty similar, and that's the key to e-com hacking. And the first portion to that, though, is before you even get started, before you even start taking some of these strategies, first you need to know where to look, right? And that is definitely identifying your top competitors. So that's getting into step one. Step one is find your top competitors and make a list. There's a couple ways to find your top competitors, and one of them is fairly simple. It really just starts off with, doing a quick Google search, right? Let's go ahead and say we are looking for, you have a store that sells cosmetics. You just want to type it into Google, cosmetic store, and pretty much look at the different websites that pop up. You can see Sephora and Ulta are some of the top ones that come up. And you can just literally take those websites and there's some of your big competitors that are online. Another way to do this is to use a tool called SEMrush. SEMrush has a free trial that you can use. You can literally just grab a website, put in the domain into the search bar, press search. We're using Kylie Cosmetics as an example here. Scroll down and you'll see a section called Main Organic Competitors. Again, this outlines a couple of competitors within the within the search engine specifically, but these are just other websites that are kind of ranking for the same keywords or kind of coming up for similar keywords. So of course, SEMrush can assume that the topic is the same. And then you can use some of these competitors as that base to start doing your research.
Right. And then with the paid traffic section, that shows people that are going after some of her same keywords as well, correct?
Yeah, that's correct. And we'll definitely dive into a little bit more about the top keywords and how to spy on your competitors from that end too.
Yeah. Can you scroll down to that main competitors, main paid competitor section?
Yeah.
Boom. So, again, folks, when you're just getting starting out with ecom hacking, it's important to know who's in the game right now and who's paying to play, right? So, Kylie, if you're doing cosmetics, Kylie Cosmetics is obviously a good one. And then you can find different competitors that are also selling similar products and paying to show those type of similar products. So boom, now you can go from knowing about maybe one store, use a tool like SEMrush, and now you can find even more stores doing the same thing. You can also look at the Google Shopping tab. Ralph, can you show them the Google Shopping really quickly?
Sure. We can just type that into the fitness leggings. And there are your shopping results right there. You have Gymshark, Fabletics, and a couple others. If you open it fully up, you can see a bunch of different competitors that are actually promoting for this particular type of product.
Exactly. Awesome. And again, folks, if you're going to come into a market and you really want to take your store to the next level, you need to know who the big players in the game are. And before you can even start reverse engineering any of what they're doing, you need to know who these people are. And, a big mistake I see a lot of store owners make is they don't really know who is competing against them directly. Maybe they know a couple of them, but they don't know who's paying to play. They don't know, some of the players that are in the game right now. And, by having this be like a step one, right? Knowing who's out there, knowing what they're really just knowing what the stores are. Again, now you can make a list of them. I like to keep a list of 7 to 10 competitors, for every market, right? For any store that I work with, for our own stores, I like to know the top 7 to 10 competitors. And I just keep a list of them so I know exactly who they are and what they're doing. And then once you get a really good idea of who your competition is, then it's really time to start hacking. What I'd like to show really quickly is, how you can do the same process, but you can do that on like a Facebook. So the same way that you can show and find your competitors on Facebook, or excuse me, on Google, you can also find them on Facebook. So let's just do the same. Let's do the same search, right? Fitness leggings. And look, now you can find different pages. What are Lotus leggings? Find the page, find their store. And one of the benefits of also searching for your competition on, say, a Facebook, right, is you can find smaller or more mid-sized competition, right? Brands that have a following on Facebook or they're using Facebook advertising, but maybe aren't, have the deep pockets as some of the people that you find immediately on a Google, right? We looked at fitness leggings of Gymshark is there, right? Fable there, right? Big brands are there, but you can also find some of these more mid-tier brands by doing the same sort of a search on Facebook. And now you can find, different smaller stores or different medium-sized stores. And that's how you can really give really know who is competing against you. And it's not just the big players, right? The 7-figure brands that maybe you're not ready to go head to head with yet, but knowing who they are and knowing some of the smaller players as well. Now you have a really good outlook on, okay, who am I directly competing against?
Awesome. And it's good to have a wide range. They have taken those medium size versus the big size, and then they're all doing, different types of tactics and coming at it a different way. So it's good to see exactly how they're doing it and actually add these competitors to your list.
Exactly. So, Now that you know how to find your competition, now it's time to really dive in and start hacking and start grabbing some of their, their best techniques. So there's three areas that we want to focus on when it comes to actually, hacking and reverse engineering what your competition is doing. One, you want to find out the competing store architecture, right? How do they have their store organized? How does their navigation look? You want to find out what their offers are, right? What are they offering? How are they angling their products? What are their best sellers, right? That's number one, right? Once you know the store is, what the stores are, excuse me, then you find out how they're set up and what they're offering. Next thing you want to look up is their store follow-up messaging, right? How are they keeping in contact with you? Are they grabbing your email? What are their emails saying? Are they using Facebook Messenger? How are they keeping in contact with the people that do visit their stores? Because you'll see every top brand, every store that's making money has some sort of follow-up and process. You can find out what their follow-up process is. And then the third, and maybe the most important part, is traffic, right? If you don't have new customers and you don't have traffic to your store, you don't have a business. So you can find out where your competition is actually getting their traffic from, what the ads are saying, right? How they're saying those messages, where they're paying to show those messages. You can find all of that out, right? So that's why I say it's a process. Once you know your competition is, then you find out how they set up their store and their offers. Then you find out what their follow-up messaging and how they're keeping in contact. And then you find out traffic. Once you know those pillars, you are putting yourself on the fast track to success. So, Ralph, let's dive in to how to ecom hack the competition stores for right now.
Yeah. So, I mean, one of the ways that you can easily start hacking right off the bat is finding out what some of their top sellers are. So you get a better idea of what's actually selling, right? I think that's a very important, knowing what products sell and what products you're going to be able to push. So one of the ways that we can do that, especially if the store is on a Shopify site, let's take Gymshark, for example. And we're going to add this string, collections, all question mark, sort by best selling, right?
Hey, Ralph, really quick, before we get into the best sellers, why do you think it's important to actually look at your store's architecture or look at their offers? Why do you think that's important?
Oh, as far as like looking at their architecture and looking at their offers, it can give you an idea about how to set up your store, and what offers are currently attracting customers at this moment in time. It helps give you an idea, pretty much, so that you don't have to start from scratch. 9 times out of 10, a lot of times when a store is putting out a promotion or puts out a particular type of promotion consistently, it's because it's working. So at that point, again, you don't have to start testing your own variations of different things. You have somewhere to start. Of course, you can test down the line to improve it. But again, it's just somewhere to start. That way you're not starting at zero.
What are they selling, for people that are checking out? Maybe I can do that same sort of a thing, right? What type of promotions are they offering, right? That's why it's important to know how your competition is actually setting this stuff up. And when we're reverse engineering, store architecture, store offers, there's certain things that we're looking for. We're looking at, of course, what their best sellers are. We're looking at their store structure and their store navigation. We're looking at their product descriptions. We're looking at their checkout pages. We're looking at like lead generation offers. We're looking at, again, what are they upselling at checkout, right? How are they increasing their average order value? And again, we're seeing, what type of different bundles are they putting together? Like what type of different offers? And once you really know what's already out there and you know what your customers' expectations are, it's 10 times easier for you to turn around to your store and say, hey, man, I don't have this. I don't have that. Let me get this. Let me get that. Let me try this for my store. Let me try that for my store. So, and it starts with, again, what's hot and what's selling right now. So Ralph, kind of go back ahead with the best sellers.
Yeah. So just to go back to the best sellers, again, I just added this string here, and we're going to add that to the description so you guys can take it directly from there. Again, it's collections. It's a string that sorts the products by best selling, and then we're able to see their top products Again, this is an example of what is selling the most for Gymsharks, and it looks like the Vital Seamless leggings is their top sellers, followed by their camo seamless leggings. And again, it can give you somewhere or some basis on to know what people are attracted to and what they like, and then you can actually kind of take a look at that particular product page, and then start looking at the structure from there. How are their products structured? What are some of the things on this product page that makes it stand out, or what type of information they're giving, and kind of take that model or take that structure and apply it to your store as well.
Right. Yeah. Obviously they've got the description, they've got the different sizes, different color schemes. You see how they cover delivery and reviews right there in the product description itself. They cover that. They hop to reviews. Notice how they're doing you might also like. So they're offering more different leggings in different colors. And again, you can right away see, well, geez, if I'm selling some sort of fitness apparel, women's leggings are a great way to start. I mean, surprising who at this point in time. I think we've all seen, the ladies walking around in, their stylish leggings. I think they're going to the gym just so they can show these type of leggings off.
No, that's definitely true. And yeah, it looks like definitely the women's are the top sellers. So that means, that's an avenue that you may want to go into, because that's a large market.
Yeah. So let's do another example of like another bestseller. So let's do the same thing with Kylie Cosmetics.
Yeah, let's do that. So Kylie Cosmetics, we're going to add the collection string again.
Oh, and folks, there's just to remind you, this trick that we're showing you right here works on Shopify stores, right? So if you know that it's a Shopify store that you're looking at, this is how you can find out what their best sellers are, no matter what they sell, no matter what the store is. If it's a Shopify store, you can find out their best seller. And we're going to drop a link to this in the description for the actual query, I guess we call it, what you add to the URL. And this is going to pull up their best sellers for you.
Awesome. And that one took a little bit to load, but as you can see, looks like the lip kits are the most popular here, starting with the Candy K matte lip kit and a couple others.
Surprising who, right? Because we all remember a few years ago when Kylie went viral with her lip challenge, right? And had poor girls all over the country, or I guess the world, doing things that, sucking on bottles or doing whatever, trying to get their lips to inflate. And of course, what does she sell? Lipstick. That's her top seller. Come on,
right.
Fashion Nova. That's another pretty big Shopify store.
Alrighty.
And again, folks, it doesn't really matter what you sell, right? You can search, again, with a Google search or a Facebook search, hey, the type of products that you want to sell, right? Whatever it is, you type it in, and then, if it's a shop, once you find who your competitors are, right? Now you can go through and you can see if they're a Shopify store. You can add this, this piece to the end of their website. You can find out what their best sellers are. Okay, so a couple things just happened here with Shopping Over.
Couple things.
Yeah, a couple things. One, you can see what their lead generation offer is, right away. Hey, what are they offering? 32% off your order. You can see what they're offering. You can see how they're offering. So again, if you're selling some sort of apparel, right, clearly you can see, depending on what your margins are, hey, maybe I can do a 32% off discount, right? I think they're going with a 32 just because it looks different. Like, you don't normally see 32% off. You maybe see like 15, 20%, right? But 32 is a very unique looking number. So maybe try something like that.
Definitely. And in addition to that, we can see that Fashion Nova also is pushing browser notifications as well. So that's one of their tactics. If you allow the browser notifications, they can push sales and deals directly to your computer, your desktop. So that's one of the tactics that they're using, and you kind of see it right then and there, and it can be something that you apply to your own store as well.
Exactly. Yeah, close some of that stuff out real quick. And then we can see right away what their top sell. Look, a booty lifter, jeans. So you can see what what their best sellers are. And again, if you're going to do some sort of apparel, if you can offer these sort of products, you can see what maybe it offers. So click on the high waist skinny jeans. Okay, so folks, let's just quickly break down what you're looking at really quickly. So again, we talk about store structure. So you look at the top and look in the actual navigation. Really look at your screen right now. You can see that they're advertising, what their current promotion is, right? You just opted in. Here's a reminder of your savings, right? You can see them in like a top, like a welcome bar in that blue section. You can see, hey, you're only $75 away from free shipping, right? So obviously they're using an incentive to get people, they're letting them know ahead of time what free shipping is. You can do the same thing with a bar just like that. If it's free shipping on every order, cool, say it there. If it's free shipping after a certain amount, cool, say it there. Also look at how the navigation is set up. You can see that you have a very prominent search bar. You can see that as soon as you get to the page, you can see exactly what they sell in the store, right? There's stuff for women, curve, men, and then once you are under one of those blocks, you can see what they sell. I can see immediately that you sell dresses, matching sets, jumpsuits and rompers, jeans, right? They have their offerings in their navigation. I see a ton of stores that don't have their product collections in the navigation, and they have it buried under a menu or another button. So when someone visits the store, they don't know right away what you sell. And if you're not an established brand, you may not even have, time to get them to dig in deeper. Right. Why do you think at, grocery stores or, think about mall structures where they have multiple departments, they're labeled, right? They're labeled. So imagine going to a grocery store and not seeing labels on the aisle. Some of you are making that mistake right now.
Right. It's super important. You want to make the experience as seamless as possible, as easy as possible to find exactly what you're looking for, and also tell them what you have available, because you may come to a website just pulled by one particular product and not know that they have something that you're interested in as well. So it's good to have the categories and collection sets just open and right there for you to see right away.
Bam, again, it's something that you can pull away. So then when you actually look at how their product pages are set up, what do you notice about their images? Right? The images are not just the clothes, right? The images are the clothes on the person. So if you're selling, apparel, and you just have images of the apparel, you're probably leaving some money on the table, because people respond to actually seeing it on people so they can get an idea how it fits, right? You look at how they're positioning the product. They've got the reviews right there at the top, how many reviews are showing, right? You see they have different payment options, and then, they go right into the product details. Look at how they're phrasing, their description, look at the different bullets that they're covering, right? And then they go into shipping information, returns, right? And then you can see what type of information, how they're phrasing it. They're not saying add to cart, they're saying add to bag, right?
Right.
Subtle, but powerful. And it keeps scrolling down. And then also look at this. Look how they're using urgency, right? Look how they're reinforcing their value propositions, that it ships quickly, that returns are simple, that they've got 24/7 customer service, right? This is a multi-million-dollar brand here, right? And doing simple things that you can do right now with your store, no matter what you sell. Continue going down. Let's see what else we can pull from them. Look how they're getting you to add more stuff to the bag, right? Now they're saying get the look, right? Heels to go with the jeans, eyelash stuff to go with the jeans, a crop top to go with the jeans, right?
Right.
That's bundles, right? That's how you can bundle, and that's how you can get people to continue adding stuff to their cart, like complete the set, complete the look, right? And then of course,
more cute stuff. And you can see they're added some of their top sellers, the same products that were some of the top sellers on that query that we had before. They went ahead and featured them here on the product page as well, as more cute stuff, other things that can complement this particular product.
Yep. And again, that's the power of knowing who your competition is and looking at their stores, not just to from a shopper perspective, but from hey, what can I take from this that can help my store look better, convert better, sell more, right? Here, scroll back up and let's see what their actual checkout process looks like. click on add to bag.
Yeah, it shows you the complete bag right there. Everything is added. You have the option to check out here as well. And notice they have multiple payment options: Amazon Pay, PayPal, um, and also Quad Pay, which is pretty interesting. You can make 4 payments on this particular product.
Right. So again, look at what you can gather from this. Hey, with your store, it's not difficult to have Amazon Pay or have PayPal Pay. To get that, get those additional checkout options is not a hard thing on Shopify. And just think about, adding that to your store and how much additional opportunity. So click checkout, and let's see if that's going to take us to the cart page. Or in their case, boom, takes you right to the actual checkout, right?
Right. And again, yeah, check out, capture their information real quick. This is pretty much a standard Shopify checkout form. Again, they feature information about shipping, easy returns, their customer service is available.
Mm-hmm. Look at that at the top. Scroll up.
Right. Items in your cart are in high demand, but we have reserved your order. Your order is reserved for a set amount of minutes. And again, that's something that creates urgency. Get it now, because if you don't get it now, it's going to be sold out later.
Exactly. So folks, this is an example of creating urgency at the most key time. The number one headache that, many stores have is, abandoned checkouts, abandoned carts, right? So this is a way of injecting that last minute urgency. Like, hey, look, your order's about to expire. You got 10 minutes, pull the trigger now. Don't get distracted. Don't take that call. Don't click on the tab and look at the Facebook video of a cat, right? Complete your purchase. So again, this is why it's so powerful to know who your competitors are and to actually start to break down their store itself. Look at what we've gathered from this. Look at what you can gather from your competitors, how they set up their navigation, how they set up their product descriptions. We looked at their checkout pages, right? You can see, hey, I see my competitor has like, an urgency plug right here, but you may see different competitors doing different things, right? You may see some of them offering last minute upsell bundles that you wouldn't even have thought of, but now you realize you could offer the same thing, right? You saw their lead generation offer. Again, 32% off. Man, that's like a weird number. Maybe something like that could work for you, right? You saw how they were bundling together. Hey, complete the look, right? So whether you're selling, fitness gear, whether you're selling print on demand products, and these are the same type of products that can, complement that, whether you're selling like digging tools and, hey, complete the set for the job, right? Related products, all these elements are things that you can pluck from your competitors. And again, that's why it's important to know who they are. And it's also important to reverse engineer what they're doing on their store, so that way you can take some of those same elements and use them to drive your own conversions.
Exactly. And yeah, I mean, that's a quick little run through on how we would approach looking at different competitors and, looking at what tactics are working and seeing what we could apply to our own stores.
Yep. Ecom hacking 101, one of the most important parts. Once you know who your competitors are, you need to know how they've structured their stores, how they're positioning their offers, right? And, what their best sellers are. If you know what a bestseller is, hey, you can start marketing that today if you have it.
Exactly.
Work smart instead of hard. So the next thing we want to cover is actually how to ecom hack emails, right? So we're going to cover that now. So when it comes to email marketing, we've talked before about how important email marketing and following up is to any sort of e-commerce brand, right? The average e-commerce store converts at less than 3%, right? And the vast majority of stores let the other 97% go with no way of following up, and they're just leaving that opportunity to chance, right? The best stores follow up. They know how important it is to stay in front of your customers. The old marketing adage is what, it takes someone seven, they have to see an offer 7 times before they're willing to purchase or convert.
Right.
Do you think that has changed in the online world? No, it's probably gotten worse.
It definitely has. And, they're getting, people are getting a lot more advertisements coming from everywhere. So the first time they see it, it might not, get that reaction from them just yet. But, after a couple of times, there it is. They've been convinced. So
Exactly.
email is definitely important.
Yep. And, one thing that has remained constant since the dawn of the online world is email marketing is still the most profitable marketing channel on the planet. Is it as effective as it was, 10 years ago? It's starting to drop off a little bit because people's inboxes are so, full, right? But it still works. And as an e-commerce store, you're going to see, if you're doing it right, at least a third of your income from your store is from your emails and your email marketing. So when we talk about ecom hacking the competition's email marketing, that's okay. We're looking at what they're offering. We're looking at how they're positioning their messages. We're looking at what type of promotions are in your inbox right now. We're looking at what type of images they're putting in their emails, and you're looking at their subject lines, right? Why would you do that? What's the benefit of that? Number one, so you're not writing emails from scratch, right? If you're not a marketer, if you're not a professional copywriter, email marketing can be intimidating because, again, the thought is, well, I'm not a writer. How am I going to think of what to say? I don't know what to say, yada, yada. Well, when you're ecom hacking your competitors' emails, you're not writing those emails from scratch, right? You're finding out angles that work and remixing it for yourself. You can find out what offers convert best for like lead generation, and you can really see what stands out in your inbox, right? So that way you can utilize those same things for your customers.
Yeah. And let's talk about the tactics, right? We know about ecom hacking emails. We know why it's important, but how do we do it? Very simple, guys. Let's join our competitors' email lists. Go onto the websites, type in your email and start receiving their emails. The first thing you're probably going to receive is, those welcome series emails where you kind of see how a company or some of your competitors start to interact with, with their subscribers, and you can get ideas about their flow there and implement it into your own store. Scope out their lead magnets. How are they actually getting people to sign up? Again, in our previous example with the Kylie, or actually the Fashion Nova store, their lead magnet was to offer a 32% discount if you signed up for their email list. Definitely an aggressive one, but hey, that's what's working. Something that you can try on your store as well. Make sure once you do apply for those email lists, you kind of keep it organized, right? Go ahead and segment your inbox, keep them all in a folder, and look through them. Watch out for the subject lines that stand out and actually capture your attention. And that can give you an idea of what's working. What captured your attention will probably capture someone else's. And that's something that you can implement within your own email campaign too.
Yeah. Again, work smart instead of hard, right? You're not doing stuff from scratch. You're not reinventing the wheel. You're seeing what's already out there and what's working, and you're leveraging some of that stuff for yourself, right? So let's do a few examples, right? So people can see what we're talking about here. All right. Let me go ahead and grab the screen. One of my students does like print on demand pet gear, like different blankets, different towels, different stuff for your pet, where you can take your pet and you can print it on different print on demand items, right? It's doing really well. One of the first things we did was really start to look at who her competition was and see how they're positioning their offers and what they're doing. So even though I just X'd out of it, right, it did show one of their first things was like 10% off, right? So obviously, they're using the same type of promotion as we saw on Fashion Nova, right, where it's like a percentage off, a sale incentive, and then they use that to, hey, here's the email, or excuse me, here's a percentage off. Give me your email in exchange. Boom. So notice that they're capturing emails as well. So once I actually joined the list, and then another example would be like a Yankee Candle. one of our main stores, we sell air freshener and incense, right? These are like scent lovers and whatnot. So, I looked at Yankee Candle, looked at their email marketing and what was their lead incentive, another 10% off, our gift to you, unlock 10%, right? So we can see that, just two stores here offering percentage off as an incentive to join. So again, if you're in e-commerce, the easiest lead magnet that you can give away is a percentage off an order, right? And then your take rate is probably going to depend largely on how deep that discount is, right? So that's how you can get an idea of lead magnet. What am I giving away in exchange for an email? Well, I can see what my competition is doing and see what my competition is giving away. And if I can do the same thing and I can afford it, why not do that? That's how you can get started, right? So you join their email list. And then once you've joined, then you can actually pull them up in your inbox and you can see, the type of emails that they're sending, right? So again, if we use our Cuddle Clones example, what did they give me? 10% off to join. Welcome email, boom, hey, here's your coupon, shop now button, right? Very, very vanilla. They could probably put some more in here, but again, you can get an idea exactly what they're doing. Hey, here's a coupon. Here's a reminder of what we sell. Here's a promo code, shop now. That's email number one. But we're looking at their actual strategy and what are they doing behind it. We can look at, the next day, the very next day, we get an email from them, and that is, start customizing your product. See, and again, every market is different, but think about what you sell, right? What do your customers need to know to take advantage of it, or what sets you apart, right? Does your customer need to have the process explained to them of like how to take advantage of your offer or how to purchase? Like in this case, because they do like you send them your picture, or because they create models based off your pet, it actually tells you how it works in their very first email, which comes the very next day after your purchase, right? So if someone didn't make the impulse buy, maybe they need to know more about how the process works. Maybe they need to know more about, how your service works, right? And then here's a reminder of the promo code. So again, just by, finding out who my competitors are, joining their email list, now I can see what type of messages they're sending, what their subject line is, how they're actually putting together their automation, right? These are automated emails. So day one, here's my coupon. Day two, here's how the product works. Day three, top 10 reasons to buy a Cuddle clone, right? And then they're just kind of reinforcing the benefits of the offer. Here's a reminder of that 10% off promo code. So think about it. Again, no matter what you sell, by joining your competitor's email list and looking at the type of emails that they're sending you, now you can quickly start to put together that sort of follow-up process for yourself, right? And again, you can see some of the again, they followed up with social proof. Why 50,000 people chose Cuddle Clones. So just look at their approach with their, their welcome automation. Same day, here's my coupon. Next day, here's how it works. Next day, reinforce the benefits. Day after that, again, reinforcement of the offer, reinforcing everything that they sell, right? See all the products. Here's everything that we have. Don't forget about your 10% off. A few days later, then they send you reviews, right? So I can literally see their entire welcome sequence. And when we talk about following up, the best way to follow up with like a new customer is to use like welcome email automation. We talked about that in our last episode. We're going to keep talking about email marketing and automation because it's so important to e-commerce. But again, why start from scratch? If I can see what my competitors are doing and I can see how they're putting together their automation, how difficult is it for me to put something similar together and launch that, right? Highlight give them the coupon, tell you how it works, highlight the benefits, highlight what you have, highlight your social proof, throw in some urgency. And then you can just market to them after that. So again, look at all the subject lines. Look how much that we were able to gather just by joining their email list and scoping our competition, not as like a buyer or a customer, but like actually doing market research and actually like reverse engineering what they are doing well. If we did the same example, like a Yankee Candle, and now I can just see all their different offers, and I can just say, okay, hey man, which I need an idea for an offer, right? Birthday sale, 2 free candles, buy 2 get 2 free, right? You can do all kind of different promotions just by looking at what your competition is doing. I can see, again, not only their subject lines, but I can look in and I can see how they're putting it together. See, in this case, this was an abandoned cart email. So I can look at what their abandoned cart emails are, right? Literally, you can reverse engineer all the basic elements of what allows your competition to be successful. Does that make sense, Ralph?
Yeah, man, definitely makes sense. And I was thinking, like, of course, we're talking about taking your store from 0 to 10K a month. And a lot of times at 0, you're just not sure which direction to take. And, you know, doing these tactics can help clear a lot of things up. And as you can see, we just got a bunch of information about how to set up emails, how to set up a welcome series, how to set up an abandoned cart process, and the meat of that, right? What to include in those emails. And they're all examples here, and definitely something that you guys can apply to your series and your emails as well.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about email marketing and the power of it in episode 1. So we can drop a link to that in the show notes as well. But yeah, folks, email marketing is one of the most powerful things that you can do for any e-commerce business, no matter what you sell, because email marketing is just follow up, right? If you know that 98+% of people are not going to buy the first time they come to your store, then you need some sort of way to follow up with them. Email marketing is a proven way to do it. And again, you don't have to do everything from scratch, right? You can use automations to do a lot of that follow up on autopilot. If you're worried about what to say in your automation, join your competitor's email list and see what type of emails they're sending you, right? Remix what you see and set it up as an automation for yourself. And that's where, boom, you don't have email marketing in place now. I guarantee there's some money in email marketing for you, right? Set it up. You want to do it quickly, see what your competition is doing, and set up a similar process. Don't copy, right? But you can definitely emulate, right? Emulate, reverse engineer what works for yourself so you can shortcut your success. And
Right.
that's email marketing. And that's how you can reverse engineer your actual follow-up and automation for your store without starting from scratch. So the next thing we want to definitely dive into now is traffic, right? We've talked about the store structure, we've talked about offers and conversion, and we've talked about follow-up and email marketing and how you can reverse engineer some of that stuff too. Now it's time to really get into like the golden nuggets and talk about traffic and finding out where your competitors are getting their traffic from, what type of ads they're using, what type of messaging they're using. This stuff right here is worth millions of dollars.
Yeah, definitely. And advertising is another kind of area that we're going to go into to just really talk about where to hack, how to get more information, what are some of the areas that you can go into so that you can be successful with your store.
Yeah, man. So again, when we're talking about ecom hacking paid traffic, that is all about seeing where your competitors are currently paying for traffic. And that's why, the first thing we said was identify your competitors and look in areas like paid traffic and look in areas like, Google Shopping, because you can see the people that are paying to play, right? These are the serious stores. And why do I say try to focus on people that are paying to play? Because if you're paying for something and it's not working, you're not going to do it for very long, right? So if you can find proven angles that people are paying for, then you can walk in the door and start paying for some of those similar angles, some of those similar ideas, and you can probably tap in to a lane that is already working. And again, that's why I say work smart instead of hard. You could try to be completely original and try to run some paid traffic yourself, right? And paid everything, right? Everything from scratch, right? And try to be creative and figure it out and test and test and test and test and test. Or you can leverage the millions of dollars of testing that your competitors have already done, right? And use some of that for yourself so you can get in the ball game. And that's why we say 0 to 10K. If you're not doing the stuff that we're talking about here, there's an opportunity right there. You get your email marketing in place, and then now you're running smart paid traffic. That's how you can rev up really quickly. So let's talk about how they can actually reverse engineer someone's paid traffic.
Yes. So one of the first places to start, and I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here, is, again, same tool, SEMrush, right? First thing you want to do.
Ralph, is this, we'll turn up. This is the free version of SEMrush, right?
Oh, yeah, this is the free version, 100% free version. There are, upgraded features where you can get more information, but what I'm going to show you here today is the information that you can get for free, and how you could apply it and use it for your own marketing efforts.
Ta-da! The ROI from free is awesome.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. So again, we're going to look at Fashion over here. Again, this is SEMrush. Particularly, SEMrush is a tool that looks at search engine marketing tactics, or search engine marketing advertising on the both organic and paid front, but we're looking at the advertising specifically. So we're going to go down here. Again, I'm using Fashion Nova as an example here. And we're going to scroll down to the paid traffic section. And right off the bat, we can see some of the top paid keywords that SEMrush has outlined here that is bringing this store the most traffic, right? Bell-bottom jeans. They're typically in position number 1 when they're bidding for this, but they are bringing in about 49,500 searches per month on that one keyword, right? That's how much volume that particular keyword is getting. We have an estimate of how much the cost per click is, which is about 68%, and an estimate
68 cents.
68 cents, right? 68 cents. And then you have a traffic estimate. So they're saying out of the 49,500 searches per month that this keyword gets, 15% of that is going to they're getting 15% of that click off of that keyword to the advertiser that holds that position 1. So again, so you do the math. 49,000 times 15% is a lot.
Yeah. So and I think that was their top seller too, right? The bell-bottom jeans. That was probably, I think that was probably one of their top ones.
It was more of the classic jeans, but that could be one of the products that came up. We could just type it in. Let's see if they show up as one of those results. Not on this one. They're here. Fashion Nova. They have the specific bell-bottom jeans here. So that means they're getting a lot of traffic for that particular item right there. Again, so now we have we see kind of what are some of the keywords that are working for them. Now let's look at some sample ads. What ad copy could be working for them? This is a base. This is somewhere where we can start. We have a baseline to go off of. Of course, we're gonna switch it up and make sure that it works for our specific products, or the specific products that you're gonna sell. But you can see here's some of the copy that they're using that's working. They have their hashtags included in here. They also have their offers included in here. $75 away from free shipping. And you can see that's kind of consistent across the board, is that they're putting some of their offers in here. So that's something that you want to do too. Sign up for exclusives and really highlighting that free shipping.
Right. So if someone is going to do, again, you're looking at your competition, you're seeing where they're getting their traffic from, right? This is what we're doing right now with SEMrush. And now we're seeing, the paid keywords that they're using. So we're seeing, okay, hey, bell-bottom jeans is a keyword that they're paying on Google, right? Google PPC. And you can see what the keyword is, and you can see the actual text that they're using, right? That is powerful stuff. Again, if you're going to go to buy traffic from Google, Do you think you'd benefit from knowing the keywords your competitors are paying for, knowing the offers your competitors are offering, and getting an idea what they're paying, per click?
Right. I mean, this is valuable information at your fingertips for free. This is, again, super cool. SEMrush is a great tool. And yeah, the free information here is super useful. Another tool to just really kind of find out more about the overall, again, search engine, SEMrush is focused heavily on search engine traffic, but SimilarWeb, you can kind of find out a little bit more about their overall marketing mix. So again, we're just going to go in here, type in the website Fashion Nova.
And again, folks, like the first thing we showed you with the ecom hacking process, again, is finding out who your top competitors are and really trying to focus in on the ones that are paying. So that way you can go back through this sort of a process and you can get all the same type of information, but for your specific products. That's what's most important here. Take what you're learning here and apply it for what you sell. Search for what you sell, see who comes up, make a folder or a file of these guys so you know who they are, and then just start going through like a SimilarWeb, like an SEMrush, like we're showing you here, and you're going to be able to get all the same information for your stuff, and you're going to shortcut your success massively.
Exactly. And again, we're coming from the mindset of, if we're selling women's apparel, we're using Fashion Nova as that competitor. Again, we can just find out some quick business information that SimilarWeb has gathered. And then we can go into their traffic overview. Where is their traffic actually coming from? We can see what countries they're targeting the most. And then we can see their traffic sources, right? Search traffic, again, that's a big deal. 43% of their traffic is coming from search. That means SEMrush was the right place to look to find out, okay, what keywords are working for them and what ad sets are working for them, right? They have a social presence as well, of course, email and a display presence. But again, this really gives you some of the high level information. Again, this is another way that you can get some of the top keywords as well, from an organic and paid standpoint. Then you can see which social media platforms are working best for them as well. And you see a lot of their traffic is coming from YouTube. Ding, ding, ding. YouTube might be another place where we need to make ourselves available as well, right? Facebook follows that, and we can see Pinterest, Instagram, and Twitter as well.
Yeah, and let me throw this in because this is important, folks. When you're growing a new store, right? Paid traffic is the fastest way to do it. We're not necessarily excited to hear about that a lot of time. A lot of time people are, well, what's the best free way, right? How do I do this for free? How do I do this for free, right? Well, if you're looking for free methods, you can do it, but just know that free is more work, right? SEO is more work. There's more content. There's creating content. You can see that, hey, you can probably create YouTube content if you're selling fashions, right? You can probably create some YouTube content, and that's a good place to start, right? So you can take that kind of free approach in sharing your stuff. But if you're trying to go from 0 to 10K and you're trying to do that, next couple months, right? Not next couple years, paid traffic is how you're going to do it. So, e-commerce is not the cheapest way to build an online business, right? It's going to take an investment. And if you can prepare yourself mentally to invest in paid traffic, knowing that you're going to be doing it smart by looking at what your competitors are doing instead of just trying to figure it out for yourself, then you're going to actually put yourself on the path to success. If you're completely tuning out to the idea of using paid traffic, or that's just not what you want to do, I mean, that's fine. There's a path to your success. Just know it's going to take a lot longer and you have much, much less control.
So yeah, definitely. So we want to focus on the paid channels first. So let's take a look at, now that we kind of know exactly where the traffic is coming from, we also want to know what their ads look like. We were able to do that for the search campaigns on SEMrush, but what about Facebook, Instagram, or some of the display ads? Like, how do those look? How do we get there?
Yeah. So let me go ahead and show a few examples of how to actually see what people are advertising, because that in of itself is also very powerful. Okay. So what we want to do now is actually get a look at someone's actual ads. So let's use our Fashion Nova example, since we're using them so very much, and because they're a huge Shopify store, right? But again, what I'm about to show you, what we're showing you right now, works for any brand, any products, anything. Look at that. We're just looking at Kylie Cosmetics, and look what's in the feed. Sells majority owner of Cosmetics Co. for 600 million. That's not a bad come up, right? Build up an e-commerce store and then sell it. People will buy businesses that are bringing in XYZ a month. That's another incentive for those of you investors, right? You build a store and you grow it to 10K a month. I guarantee you can sell that store to someone. Guarantee it. If you know who your competition is and they're on social media, you can find their social media pages. Normally they'll have it in their footer. Goodness, go away. Boom, and now I'm on their Facebook page. So again, folks, once you find out who your competition is, you unlock all this stuff that we're showing you right now. It's literally a step-by-step process. Boom. Here's the magic. So now I can find my competitor's Facebook page. And here is, if I can get it to load. Okay, what you're looking for is this section right here, folks. Once you're on their Facebook page, you're looking for this See More section here under Page Transparency. You can thank the shenanigans of the 2016 American election for this type of information here. But now Facebook, has to have this sort of transparency where you can literally see the ads any store, any company is running. You can see them on Facebook. And if anything, this transparency is going to get better, right? They're not going to start hiding it, right? This is going to get better. So look, this is what you're looking for. This page is currently running ads. Dun, dun, dun. Go to ad library. Hopefully my ad blocker doesn't stop this stuff from displaying. But what this is going to do is it's going to show you the ads that they're running on Facebook right now, right? Show you the ads, show you the messaging, show you the copy, show you the images, right? Show you the products. So just, while we're waiting for this to load, assuming that the ad blocker is not going to completely ruin this example, let me see if I can turn it off. But the main reason that you're looking at this is, again, now messaging, creative images, right? Products. So again, if I'm going to find out who my top competitors are, and I can find out what they're offering, now I can go to Facebook and I can see what type of Facebook ads they're paying to run, what products they're paying to run to, right? And I can literally find out, the goods on the company. Look at this.
Wow.
So again, folks, when we talk about working smart and, reverse engineering the most successful strategies and techniques of your competition, why not leverage what companies are spending hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars to discover, right? Hey, you can see they're doing flash sales, 30% off for the next hour. Use visit 30. Code expires in 60 minutes. That's some urgency. Look at the imagery. It's a woman, facing. Same thing, right? It's a different guy facing. So they're probably just testing different models with the same message to see which people click more, right? But look at what they're average running. It's not a specific offer. It's 30% off for the next hour. I can try something like that. And you can see, that they're running it heavily, and you can see What type of imagery? Again, just simple people in the products, right? People in the products. And you can see the type of ads that they're running right now. And again, this trick works for, you know, anybody that's advertising on Facebook. Right? You can see another angle. This is what I was looking for. Now they got videos, style secrets, same offer, right? But here they're using a video and they're using some bullets, right? With some emojis of the offer itself. I can see that they're using videos. Right. So now you have ideas on, if I'm selling apparel, right? I can make little videos of models or me or anybody in the product itself, make a little quick 15-second video, put the branding on there, throw it on Facebook, throw it the same sort of thing. And again, this works with any brand, right? No matter what it is that they sell. You know, if they are on Facebook and they're running ads, you can see what those ads look like. Again, it does not matter what they sell or what you sell. If you can find your competition, you can find, you know, the players with money, as my old mentor used to call it, you know, PWMs, players with money, people that are investing in paid traffic, people that are trying to do things the fast way, not the slow way, like you are trying to, then by all means, leverage what's working right now. Don't start from scratch. I'm showing you how you can create Facebook ads, you know, day of, right? Hey, once I know what people are offering, I can see what they're offering. I can see what their promotion is. I can see what their creative looks like, right? I mean, that's the keys to the kingdom right there. And again, no matter what the store is, if they're on Facebook, you can see that same information. Go to their page again, so you can pull up their store itself. Click on that, you know, their Facebook logo. Obviously, when you folks do it, it's going to run a lot faster for you because you're not doing a screen share while you're going through the process. But again, we're real people here. So we're showing you what we actually do on a day-to-day basis and what actually makes money for our stores and our client stores.
Right.
Again, this is the real deal stuff. You know, we're not here in rented Lamborghinis selling you dreams about this, you know, brand new, unique marketing angle that only we can teach you, right? This is stuff that is based on proven concepts that anybody can use to get ahead. Know who your competition is, know what your competition is offering, know how your competition is following up, know what your competition is advertising. And if you know what their ads look like, what's stopping you from doing it, right? So again, do the same thing and look, bang. Black Friday is big with Gymshark. Obviously, Black Friday is big for any e-commerce brand, but I can see what their ads are. I can see what type of promotions they're running. I can see what type of videos, right? Again, simple ads, fitness gear. Just show people in it, essentials. Like there's like a good cold ad, right? Hey, you know, I've never heard of your brand before. Let me check that out. And then they're going to retarget me on top of that. So again, it's about working smart instead of hard. You can find out what your competition stuff looks like, you know, right away without having to do it for yourself. And again, that's for Facebook. You know, if you're in e-commerce, most of your competition that is making money right now is running ads on Facebook. That's just Facebook and e-commerce really go hand to hand because of the targeting, because you can go after people based on their interests, right? You can go after people that like your competition. You can go after people that like the products that you sell. It's just crazy targeting on Facebook. And if you know what your competition's ads look like, you're in the ballgame. Now with Google or display ads, right? You can go to a website called moat.com, M-O-A-T. Search the brand. And then, golly, Ralph, there's their display ads.
And there it is.
There it is, right? You can see with imagery. You can see messaging. What are they highlighting? Free delivery and free returns. What imagery are they using? People in the gear.
Lifestyle too, natural backgrounds. That's one thing that was different between them and And Fashion Nova had kind of, clear, clean white backgrounds. These have a little bit of, a gym backgrounds mostly, or somewhere where somebody's working out. So it's something that if you're in that industry as well, something that you could test, see which one works better, but you have an idea of where to start again.
Yep. And again, once you know who the players with money are, right, you can find, they're going to be on Facebook and they're going to be on Google. Why? Because these are 6 and 7 figure brands, and 6 and 7 figure brands aren't relying just on SEO and social media. They're paying to play. Find out what they're paying to say. And here's Yankee Candle. They're doing this to push a lot of traffic to like their local stores. But look, okay, buy 2 get 2 free, right? How they're pushing their angles, right? Buy 1 get 1 50% off. I can see, in this case, they're showing, the product, and then they're trying to maybe touch in, emotional angles, right? Touch on specific holidays, right? You can just gather so much messaging and so many ideas from knowing what people's ads actually look like.
Yeah, man. So just to bring it all back in, ecom hacking is the shortcut to success. Like literally, what we're trying to do is we're not trying to start from scratch. We're trying to take the concepts that are proven from stores that are actually doing it big and using those on our own stores to get from that 0 to 10,000 K per month. We were reverse engineering their best practices to give us a platform or a base to start on, and then continue to grow from there. Ecom hacking, that's exactly what it is. And that's the pretty much what we went over today.
Yep. I mean, again, if you're making less than $10,000 a month, optimizing your store, getting your email marketing and follow up in place, and then running paid traffic and doing paid traffic profitably, that's how you get there. That is how you get there. Once you're at 10, then you can go to 100, much easier. Why? Because 10 to 100 is just more paid traffic. Right? It literally is. It's either traffic at a bigger budget, or it's going from Facebook and adding Google, or going from Facebook and Google and then adding YouTube, or then adding Pinterest, or then if you're doing just Facebook ads, maybe now you're doing Google search ads, like what we just showed you on SEMrush. You can see what they're saying. Go after keywords, right? Like that is how you go from that 10 to whatever, right? XYZ. But 0 to 10, it's going to boil down to how you're positioning your store, the offers that you're making, how you're following up with people. Are you following up, right? And then, using paid ads. And if you want to give yourself the best chance of success with paid ads, find out what your competition is doing. Find out how their ads look. Find out where their ads are, right? Find out what products they're advertising. And just think about how much further ahead of the game you are by the time you go through the process of hacking your competitor's stores, hacking your competitor's email marketing, hacking your competitor's paid advertising strategy. How much further ahead would you be if you did that?
A lot further ahead. Again, that foundation is pretty much already there and set for you.
Yep. And folks, that is, the art of ecom hacking 101. That is our bread and butter here. This is what, we do with, every client, every student that comes to our doors, is find out the lay of the land, right? And make sure that we're eating at that same table. Once you're at the table, then you can start taking other people's plates, right? But if you don't have a seat at the table yet, this is what's going to get you there. This is what's going to get you there, right? Find your competition, break down their stores, break down their follow-up, break down their paid traffic, implement some of those same things for yourself, remix it so it's your messaging and your brand. But by golly, man, you're in the ball game now.
All right, man. And just to wrap it up, guys, we're going to have all the links to any tool that we mentioned here in the description below. Again, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And ecom hack. Keep on hacking.
Yep. Keep on hacking. Oh, I like that. Keep on hacking, baby. We might have to use that again. Folks, we'll see you on the next episode. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for watching Ecom Hackers TV. We really appreciate it. If you like action-packed content to help you increase your online sales while working less, smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. If you'd like a one-on-one strategy session with one of our e-commerce experts, you can use the link in the description below to apply for a free session today. Talk to you soon.